Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Thursday, the 19th of February. I would like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land here since I'm home. It is grey, overcast, and windy. There will be no walking around today, or maybe, but it's very windy. So, Pisces season has begun, guys. The sun is now in Pisces. It's at like 0 degrees. Let me just have a quick look. So, yes, so the sun is at 0 degrees and 14 seconds, and the moon is at 17 degrees of Pisces. So, I was saying yesterday that we have the sun and moon in Pisces today. So, and there's so much stuff in Pisces. All right, so we've got Mercury and Venus. So it goes Sun at 0, North Node at 8, Venus at 10, Moon at 17, and Mercury at 18. So as you can sort of get from that, it is a very watery, emotional type of feeling experience. We've gone from that, all of that Aquarius. So really, since January, we've gone all Capricorn, all Aquarius, and now we're going all Pisces. So like even just this year, like it's very congested in the sky. So the experiences that we're having are like deep and full on. Like we're experiencing the lessons and vibes of the sign in such a massive way, and it just goes all the way through. Actually it does. I think everything starts to move away maybe June. I'll have to follow that up later, but you know what I mean. Right now we're in it still. All right, so today the moon does conjunct Mercury at 10 a.m. So I'm so glad I'm home today. I'm already into my essay. So I know today, moon conjunct Mercury, I know my brain's going to be functioning in the right way. I'm going to be able to empathize and go with the flow and just sort of be in the experience, so that I mean, that's the thing when you're trying to do something. If you can relate to it on a different level, then you're going to experience it much better. How many times have I said experience? And I think that's really it, because we're feeling everything. So yeah, so let's have a look at the words. Well, sorry, actually. So moon conjunct Mercury at 10 a.m. and then the next aspect starts at 4. So after 4, we've got a sextile to Uranus. All right, so that will be the shifting and changing in comfort levels. All right, a sextile goes for about 6 hours between when it starts and when it finishes. So after 4 o'clock, then we start to sort of feel that electric changeability happening. Remember, it's in Taurus, so again, a very sensory experience. Um, we could be sort of starting to move into a different value type of experience. All right, Aquarius, hands off, emotionally detached, because there's a bigger picture, there's a job to be done. Whereas now we need to be the counselor and the person that is, again, empathizing and supporting. So that shift in experience might be because, oh, this doesn't quite feel right. I'm going to change my perspective. And remember, sextile is something that is available to you if you choose to take it. All right, a trine is an easy flow. Things just sort of go, yeah, okay, no worries, I'll be in that. Whereas a sextile is like, okay, I'm actually rationally choosing to do something. All right, so there we go. And then after 6 o'clock, the moon starts to conjunct that Saturn Neptune, now in Aries. All right, so the words. The season of sensitivity and spirituality has begun. The big exception is that Neptune is now in Aries, giving a completely different meaning to Pisces. All right, so now we initiate action when the universe calls us. We're done contemplating, we're done being wishy-washy and, oh, I don't know. Now it's like, I fucking know what I'm doing. All right, I'm willing to fight for something that I believe in, or I'm willing to give it that effort. I'm courage, bravery, I'm going to do something about it. All right, so activism, leadership, and the way of the peaceful warrior is the way that we serve now. What are you being called to do now that once upon a time you only dreamed about? I like that one. All right, so now in the sky, the sun's not doing anything. It's just there now. It's like, oh, okay, I've gone from this fixed air placement to a mutable water. All right, so rather than being fixed air, all right, I know my thoughts. I know what I need to do. I'm going to act out on my cognitive decisions. Whereas now it's like, oh, I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I'll go with the flow. Mutable means it's changeable. And obviously, water, it's an emotional place to be. All right, Mercury is starting to conjunct, or Mercury is about 7 degrees conjunct Venus. So, our hearts and minds are still like in a place where we're thinky feely, just like yesterday, thinky feely. Venus is trine Jupiter, all right? So I know last night I had this experience where I was bored. Oh my God. So I was realizing what my triggers are and why I was getting so unsettled because I was bored. Like my brain was just going crazy and it was just like, I can't just sit here. I was like getting irritated and just cranky, grumpy because I was like, oh, this is like, I've got nothing to do. And I didn't want to read because I've been reading for a while. And it was just like, so here's that emotional, like the waters. I mean, the sun wasn't in Pisces at that time, but as far as like I'm Pisces rising, so all of this water is influencing me. So I was like cast adrift on a boat, like really unsettled. So I don't know. Obviously, something somewhere needs that one. Pay attention to what your emotional triggers are and see if you can find some stability in, maybe you feel like you are on a boat in all of this water. All right, so rather than being reactive or doing what you've always done, maybe you can center yourself, like, using the boat analogy. If you're sitting down at that end, the boat's going to be like so find the center, and then just sort of, see if you can manage that balance in something that is intangible and has no boundaries, has no solid form like Earth. We're in a place where we need to actually, like, find our center so that we can sort of brace and go with the flow. All right, so let's have a look at see who's here. Oh, hang on, I've lost my screen altogether. All right, let's see who's here. All right, come on. Good, good morning. Oh my God, look at everyone. Good morning, Deb. Good morning, Karen. Hello, Mandy. Oaxaca. Okay, so I'm thinking that's Mexico, but I know I just butchered that. Oaxaca. Yeah, I know. Good morning, Mandy. How are you? Good morning, Helen. Hello, Christy. How are you? Good morning, Susan. How are you? So nice to see you. Hello, Alicia and Heather. Oh my God, you've been on my mind so much. I hope you're both well. Good morning, Mikkel. Good morning, Julie. You're here. I've always dreamed out having my own place and how I would have. Oh my God, I can't fucking read today. I've always dreamed about having my own place and how I would have it as mine, and now I get to do it. I'm so happy for you. Seriously, you and your son are going to just thrive in your own environment. And so I'm going to use that as a segue to Pisces season. All right. So now you are going to, so what placements do you have in Pisces? All right. So like I was just saying, I have Jupiter and my ascendant in Pisces. Okay, so now the sun is going to be going over my ascendant soon, which means it's going to be the beginning of my new year soon. Like, so once the sun gets to 14.5 degrees of Pisces, boom, there's my new year. So, what placements do you have? Because soon the sun is going to be highlighting that energy in your chart. So if you are somebody that works well with water, amazing. You're probably going to get your psychic ability, your empathy, like, that collective unconscious. All right. So Aquarius is the collective where we go do things for the people, we do things for the crowd. Whereas Pisces, now we have to go back in. Remember, it's the 12th sign. All right. However, Pisces is now ruled by Aries. So that is so exciting. Now, in another way, so when Pisces was being ruled by Neptune, it was just Neptune, right? It was Neptune in its own rulership. It was like a tsunami. It was deep water. It was inescapable. All right. But now Neptune being in Aries is going to be ruled by Mars. So every time Mars has a sign change, Neptune is going to feel different. All right. So Pisces is going to feel different so much more. So, no, yes, Neptune's going to be so much more changeable than what it was when it was in Pisces because, so, stop. All right. It's going to be a completely different experience for at least the next 14 years. Okay. So, and then when it goes into Taurus, again, Venus changes signs a lot. So, can you see what I'm trying to sort of say here? The way we approach our spirituality and the feelings that we're in are going to be so much faster now. All right. Now, we also have a Mars retrograde at the end of the year. So, I mean, Neptune was retrograde for 6 months of the year, but now we're going to have it in this fast moving sign. All right, so currently it is in Aquarius. We're still trying to figure out what the collective wants. We're still trying to do things for other people. Mars will soon be moving into Pisces, right? So it's gonna be like a double ampage. Neptune in Aries, Mars in Pisces. All right, so there's like a mutual reception there. So I feel like if you are still trying to, if there are any hangover things to do with what you're doing with groups of people, then you might be getting to that point where you're finalizing things. Let me see. Mars is at 20 degrees. All right. So it's only got 10 more degrees of Aquarius to go. And then Mars is in Pisces. Again, I just feel like that might be more where rather than trying to get everything done for everybody else, we're going to then turn within and be much more actively engaged in what is good for us. All right. So that is awesome. Let me just click the button again. Oh, beautiful. Karen, how are you? I was wondering if you were here. Saturn and Chiron in the eighth. Ooh, that's going to be fun. That's good. You are a spiritually evolved person, and therefore, when these things come up, you have the narrative and language to explain these things to yourself. And so, Mandy, it's Haka. Okay, see how much I butchered that? I hope you're having fun. But yeah, spiritual truth, absolutely. Sorting out the charlatans and the real people, absolutely. All right, let's do a card. It's been so long. Yeah, let's do one of these ones. Let's do a Dreamweaver. Much more spiritually inclined. I did bring out the Mythic Tarot ones, but doesn't quite feel right. All right, so what is the card that is going to summarize today? Oh my God, I know I woke up. I had 10 hours. I got 10 hours sleep last night. The night before I got 3. Last night I got 10. It's so much better. Pisces season feels so good already, and it's only like hours in. So yeah, I definitely feel like I have come back to a place of comfort and familiarity. I knew I was going to get that word tongue twisted. All right, and it's this one. Oh, yay! Look at that. Oh my God. There we go. It is when the weavers built the sun. Ah, how perfect is that? The sun is in Pisces. Let's see what this card has to say. It is card number 40. For those that want the number, it's a 4. All right. The essential meaning is the value of dreaming big, success at seemingly impossible tasks. Legend has it that when the Dreamweavers built the sun, they created a huge ball of fire so that they could see all the miraculous things they wove into being. So Neptune in Aries. They needed light and more life force energy to flood the world so that life could grow and flourish. Their big dream didn't exist before they imagined what it could be. They are Christy imagining what life could be like. Um, they made it up as they went along with no plans to follow nor certainty about how to do it. They claimed it energetically and followed the prompts of the conscious universe, their partner. They made impossible things real. Right now, you are in a similar place. You have a big dream, but you don't have the how yet. Sometimes you question whether it's blah, 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 sorry. Sometimes you even question whether it's even possible or wonder if it's not meant to happen at all. Looking at the chaos in the world, you wonder if it's selfish to feel that you deserve any of your desires. Do not give up on your dreams. Something unique that will serve the greater good wants you to call it into life. You were given this idea as a gift from the divine, and now it is your mission to forge a new path to bring it here. If you knew the how of it, it would mean that you're not dreaming big enough. Whether your dream words, whatever your dream, we need you to begin now. It is time to act. Hold the vision of success, but not too tightly, and lean into this greatness, your greatness. Just think of how many you will touch by this action. Trust that you were made for this. Step forward and keep walking, one step at a time, and the universe will open the doors one by one. Oh my God, that is just absolutely perfect. Look at those little universal beings there. Not quite blue avians, they've got blue suits on. But anyway, they're all little suns in little outfits. And isn't that just perfect? Absolutely perfect. Neptune in Aries, bringing that sun vital energy into our spiritual perspective and giving us the energy to actually follow through on these beliefs that we have. And like I was saying, with Neptune's energy being so changeable now, rather than intangible and boundaryless and hard to grasp, this is something now where our bravery and courage is going to help us forge ahead and make these spiritual perspectives or spiritual dreams that we have tangible and fiery. So I love all of those things. Click the button one more time. And yes, it is absolutely so fitting for this current energy. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you all have an amazing day. Like I said, I'm already feeling that let's get into this. The difference between yesterday and today for me is phenomenal. So I hope you are experiencing the same thing and you've got a little bit more pep in your step or a little bit more courage in your drive, or maybe you are feeling like you've got the bravery to say what you mean. I like that because we all have these beliefs, but we're always like holding back. So maybe that bravery of Aries and the youth, just that youthful, you know as mature people or older people, we've been so downtrodden throughout our whole lives that we resist in saying what we mean. And I hope that this gives you back that confidence to just mean what you say and say what you mean. So, mwah, love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.